Hi everyone, it's Maggie, and I am here to share with you some of the embellishment pieces I made from those curtain cuttings that I did a video on the other day. So let me start by showing you, this is one of the pieces that I had cut out, and I used it for two different things. This first one here, I took two of these flowers here and I put them together just with a little glue, and then I attached them to just one of these here, this piece here, and then I glued it on the back. And then I added a little flat back pearl here, and I added some of those acrylic and rhinestone flowers from Wild Orchid Crafts. So that's the first one. And then I just took the bottom of the other one, and I just added a medium-sized ribbon flower with the rhinestone, and then I added two of these tiny ribbon flowers with little pearls, and then one of my clay flowers down the bottom. And that's all I did to that one. But I mean, they do make a difference, especially when you're using them in your fabric or doily books. So those are the first two. And then here's another really simple one. If you remember, I showed you this heart trim that I cut out. And I did take this piece off and I glued it to the bottom like that. And then I added little 2mm rhinestones, colored stones in the middle of each of those little pieces there. And I added a little ivory flat back pearl there. And that's all I did to that one. So that's that one. Okay, the next one. This is that sample piece I showed you. It had some of these flowers, and I had cut out these leaves here, right there. And all I did was I attached one of the flowers to the back, to the front of the leaf. I added a flower applique from my stash, and then I added this beaded flower with the pearl center from Wild Orchid Crafts. And that's all I did to that. These were very easy. Some are a little bit more embellished than others, but I mean, still easy. So that's that one. And then I'll show you this one because I used another one of these flowers here off of this piece here for this piece. And this is a little bit, you know, there's more to this than the other ones so far. And I also, to use as a hanger, because I thought it could be hung by itself. Might even be pretty on a Christmas tree, I'm not sure. It's not really Christmassy, but a lot of people like using the pinks at Christmas time. So I just cut off one of these rings and I adhered it to the back, and it's a, you know, it can be a hanger. So on this one, I took two of these flowers. The middle flower is whole. Then I took the second one of these and I cut them in half. I put half up here and then half over here, just to make it look more like a cluster. And then I took this white flower here, which is from this trim here that I had cut off of a different curtain. I put that on top of that, and then I added this little pearl and rhinestone piece that Diana Spear Marbles, she sent me some of these and she made those. And then on the bottom, from this trim here, I added 2 of these, and I just kind of staggered them. And then I added my little pink clay flowers, excuse me, to every other one on the top. And then on this one, I was trying to line them up. I left those 2 bare. So that is that piece there. And then on these pieces, this one here, I took, this is from another curtain, and this was the one where they're all, you know, strung together. So I cut one off, and what I did was I cut the middle out. Let me just grab one of these here. I cut this middle out, and then I folded it in half, and I glued just a little tiny bit here and there, and added some flowers. And this is what I came up with for this. So here's where it was glued in half, and then I added ribbon flowers. I have different ribbon flowers in my stash, and then these little applique flowers in between, just to make it a little cluster. And I love how that came out. And then I had a different piece of a curtain. Let me see. I didn't cut this out in the video, but this curtain here, this piece here, was from a curtain I had found at a Savers, and it had these here on either side. So I cut each side off, and then I kind of staggered it a little, and then I added some more of those white ribbon flowers, and then these little pink ribbon flowers in between that. And I like how that came out too. I thought that was really pretty. So that was there. And then lastly, and I love this, this was my favorite curtain, if you remember. There were these here, and some were in white with like a silvery gold. It's not really gold, it's not really silver. And then the others were the opposite. That silvery gold here and the white in the middle here. So anyways, I took one of these, and then I took a piece off of this, and I cut it right down the middle there. And then I just attached those on the back, and then I added this little bling piece for the center, and I added the blue flat back pearls in between, you know, on these little circles here. And then I did the same thing for this one, only I attached one of my handmade flowers to the middle, and then I added the ivory flat back pearls on that one. So that's it. That's what I did. I did that this weekend, and it was fun. I really had fun. I love embellishing, and I'm sure there are tons more ideas that I hopefully will come up with these, for these curtains. So yeah, so that's it. Let me know what you think if you want to leave a comment, and I will be back again soon with another video. And depending on how many comments I get, I am thinking of doing a surprise giveaway. So look for that like within the next week. Okay, bye for now.